Anytime a Black American sticks up for themselves and talks about anti-Black American sentiment, particularly within the Black community, y'all call it diaspora war. And it's funny how every single other ethnic group is allowed to speak about the injustices that are perpetuated against them except for Black Americans. Nowhere in my last video did I generalize anyone. In fact, multiple times throughout the video, I made it a point to say a lot of African and Caribbean people, not all African and Caribbean people. But the amount of people in my comments who are telling me that I'm generalizing a group of people based off of one person and one experience is absolutely not true. And the amount of people who are telling me that I'm trying to start a diaspora war is also hilarious. Whether you like it or not, difficult conversations need to happen, especially intraracial conversations that are difficult. And it's not starting a diaspora war to speak about the fact that anti-Black American sentiments are prevalent within a lot of other Black ethnic communities.
Are you that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What I'm saying is that I would include Puerto Ricans and other minorities throughout our country, which have been similarly discriminated against, though not for so long a period of time as Negroes.
Puerto Ricans weren't enslaved. Yeah, this is a problem that stems from slavery. And this compensation, yes, sir, this compensation is coming to people who were enslaved by the white man for 400 years. The Puerto Ricans don't even fit into this picture.
Well, they do fit into it.
No,
they do fit into
it. The problem is the Negro problem. They're not lynching Puerto Ricans.
If a dark-skinned Puerto Rican went down to Mississippi, he probably would be lynched too.
Spanish, he wouldn't be lynched.
No, they don't.
It's the Negro here, and as long as he can speak Spanish or some other language, or if he ties his head up with a turban or something, he can go anywhere in Mississippi or in your home that he desires.
You're not aware of the fact, are you, that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What I'm saying is that
you are special people. Do not let them continue to practice these myths and fables against you. But fable one is that black folk, there's nothing special about black folk. They don't see the difference between them and a jackass or a horse. Why are they special? They're special because nobody has been mistreated and maltreated like black folk in this country. They're special people. And contrary to what the myths that you hear all the time about, all people in America should come together because everybody has contributed equally to the development of this nation. That's a big lie. That's a fable. That's a myth. All people have not contributed equally. Black folk were the founding group in this country. Contrary to what you hear, they were the engines that drove the economic development of this nation. And that 99% of all the black people in this America are called native Black Americans. They didn't come here yesterday or 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. They've been here. They're direct descendants of slaves. They should be put into a special category with a special name.
Businesses in the United States and the federal government's budget put together. So Congress said we don't have that kind of money. But Lincoln wanted to give reparations to Southern white plantations owners for any slaves they lost.
But in 1998, when blacks talk about reparations for free labor in slavery, they are virtually laughed to scorn. Why is that?
That's part of the hypocrisy in this country because first thing, black folk have never made it an issue. They keep thinking that they won't get it. Black people, only group of people I know in this country who've labored and suffered and never got compensated for it. We've compensated American Indians now for almost 360 years with reparations. Whites got reparation, which they call freedom dues, and they came out of indentured servitude. Jews have gotten reparations. Jews have picked up over $52 billion since World War II. Japanese have gotten 3 or 4 reparations. They got $22,000 each starting in 1990. From the United States. They've also gotten reparations from 2 cities in California and the state of California, and Japanese Americans who moved to Latin America just came back into the country last year and picked up over $1 billion. The only people who've never gotten compensated is black folk. We even put money into Japan under what we call the Point 4 program, gave them $13 billion after we just got through bombing them. We also put another $14 billion into the Marshall Plan for Germans after we just finished bombing them. Black folk have never been compensated because black folk refused to make reparations an issue.
Talking about reparations.
Number one in your life's blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodiness. Secondly, you must have the determination to achieve excellence. And so I would urge you to study hard, to burn the midnight oil when you discover what you're going to be in life. Set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. set out to do a good job and do that job so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it any better. Finally, in your life's blueprint must be commitment, the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. And so our slogan must not be burn, baby, burn. It must be build, baby, build. Organize, baby, organize. Learn, baby, learn, so that we can earn, baby, earn. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
All of them, they're stealing our taxpayers' money. We must fork out our money and maintain the whole of Africa. We cannot maintain the whole of Africa. If they think we are causing xenophobia, they must go back to their countries. We don't want them anymore here. We fought with the white people for a very long time. Today, the very same economy, it has been inherited by the foreigners. So for now, if somebody feels that South Africans are xenophobic, fuck off back to your country. That's all. We don't want any shit of foreigners anymore. These girls who are sleeping with foreigners, they must never think they're going to control us. This is our country.
I actually don't play about Black American women because when I was my lowest in this country, these are the women that look out for me. I moved here when I was 19 years old. I moved in Southside, Oklahoma. I had no idea that I was actually moving in the hood. $500 for a 2-bedroom, I am taking it. I moved there and I met the most amazing, when I'm telling you the most amazing Black women, these women literally took me like I was their own child. They cared for me like I was their own baby. When I mean cared for me, they would care about who I was dating, not because they were trying to be nosy, but they were just really actually looking out for me. Second, they would feed me. When this woman, Miss Tamika, was actually cooking her food, she would pack this little box and drop it at my door. When Miss Torraine was making the food, she would pack a little box for me and bring it at my door. My first dining table were gifted to me by an African American woman. She literally came to my house and said that I had no dining table. It was like, come get my dining table. Literally, this is truly what I've experienced. And that's why I feel so strongly about Black women. And I feel like if ever in my life I came to say wrong or bad things about them, this would be a day that God actually would punish me. Because I would have been ungrateful to the people that actually helped me. The best experience that I had in the US, it was the most genuine people that I've ever met and lived through. I never knew that I was in the hood. I learned that I was in the hood years after moving out. It was that good.
Back at it. Grand Rising, all Grand Rising. Thinking about post-analysis. Damn, there go a big-ass wild turkey. You better be glad it ain't Thanksgiving. Thinking about the direction of social media now a lot. Social media has become the new news. So you have stuff on there that's quote unquote not real. You have certain narratives. Everybody's had a narrative. TikTok, Facebook, social media, whatever it may be. It's become a place where you could get on there, you could express your opinion, right or wrong. You could show stuff. You could commit a crime. They got a new app out there right now. And it's smart it'd be smart. Brothers can shut that down if they want to. See, everything starts socially. But it's some app where some women could get up and they could basically spread a bunch of business, or basically if a dude's cheating or whatever, I don't know. It's some kind of little thing, the T app or whatever like that. And all dudes got to do really is just lawyer up. They shut that shit down. See, when your money starts to starts to falter, people get some act right. So if somebody doesn't want their business out there and they say, well, it's slander, and this is somebody that you personally know that's telling information about somebody or whatever like that, you could bring that up in court. Like, oh, this is slander. This is cap. You know, because you can't just go online and just start lying about somebody. You're going to have to prove it. And you're going to have to prove that in court. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Some folks be like, man, I don't want to see that nigga in court. If you get, now it may cost you a couple dollars to start it, to start the process. But if you're concerned about if somebody's out slandering you, because that could go to professional relationships, all kind of stuff like that. Just because they want to get up there and cackle online. It's some new app or whatever. And so that brings me to another discussion about the so-called social media diaspora war. They're calling it a war. Oh, we're separated, whatever. We've never been together in the first place. What we're seeing is some folks, not all, but we're just kind of seeing how people have been feeling about Black Americans, aka Freeman Foundationals, whatever you want to call it. The people who built this country and opened the door for the entire sector of immigration to come in. So some of the videos you see like on TikTok or whatever like that, whatever, you know, and that's just kind of representing the stuff that my grandma and mama went through. Getting these cabs with these foreigners and they disrespecting black American women. Black men, black folks in New York can't get cabs. Y'all remember that? See, we don't forget that. You see what I'm saying? We don't forget that. You're also seeing videos of black professionals, or you know, black professionals that they're saying that they don't want to care for Black Americans, stuff like that. So you know, and it's not everybody, but it's enough. We're just seeing what we've been hearing and dealing with for 40 plus damn years. So black folks are acknowledging things where we're saying, okay, years ago you were told not to deal with us. That's on TV. Well, you were given a TV and told not to stay away from us. That's a culture that we didn't inflict. We don't have anything to do with that, and we don't really have time to re-educate you niggas that think and feel like that. We don't. We're not gonna do that. That's why you're hearing a lot of black folks that's on the online and saying, hey, look, and it's not just fake accounts. Black folks have been seeing this shit for decades, and a lot of black folks are kind of like, well, you know what, we just gonna do us. We're gonna acknowledge our lineage, we're gonna focus on us, and we're gonna dig deep into the last couple hundred years. And there's nothing wrong with that, and people have a problem with that. You shouldn't. Black folks from here, from the American Deep South, open the door for all you niggas around the world to come. And for those that are not grateful, you should be. And that's all. That's it. We ain't got to do a damn thing. We done did what we were supposed to do. Our folks, our ancestors have done what they were supposed to do. So the expectation is Black Americans are not supposed to say anything at all. A lot of times we never said nothing. We're like, okay, this nigga on some other shit. Like the guy I told you at my work, oh, Black Americans are lazy, baby mamas and all that kind of shit. Like, okay, do we really want to get into the stats of y'all niggas? I'm like, all right, whatever. They probably gonna fire him. I'm like, man, them white folks gonna fire you, bro. All this tap dancing. You see what I'm saying? This is a nationwide thing that black folks have dealt with. We just didn't say anything because we didn't really want to criticize them publicly. The unfortunate part of having this damn internet is folks can get on the internet and they could talk about what they really feel, what's really been going on, what they really been thinking. When that brother Lennox Raphael did that Negroes Digest, and this is something that was uncovered. This was in the Negroes Digest. The good brother from Trinity, same place where Nicki Minaj came from Y'all know the history on what she used to say, the slick stuff she said about our greats. Rosa Parks, y'all remember that. He was basically saying that a lot of them folks from the islands infiltrated those civil rights groups, not just to undermine us, but they had a disdain for us. We never had a system that was open disdainment, because we could have just shut it down and said, we not fighting for niggas to come over here. You see what I'm saying? So those specific people that have an issue with black Americans, you're just having black folk, black Americans just speaking back. At some point, this shit is probably gonna blow over. It's been going on a long ass time. It hasn't been a Kumbaya Wakanda moment. It has never been that. People say, well, it's division. It's never been united. Continental Africa ain't united. They can't get past the fucking tribal wars and all the issues that they have together. But we're expected to be the sacrificial lambs. What the hell are we supposed to do? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people are just expressing how they feel on this damn social media app. So you hearing things about a boycott. Black folks feel like they ain't been getting treated well, so they want to boycott. I'm hearing things about some of these hair shops that be doing a bunch of trafficking and shit like that. You know, you hearing stuff about that. So, you know, people are probably thinking and saying, well, you know, but you pretty much have to filter through this damn internet, man. You have to understand that not everybody feels the way you think they might feel about you. It's not everybody. It's some, not all. But it's enough on either side of the pendulum. It's enough. Too damn much, right? To the point where it's a problem. So people are able to go on this internet here and say what they want to say. You'll have people that will say, well, black Americans have been xenophobic. I don't buy by that word. That's a bullshit word. Not when you have, you could go into a lot of these damn countries and they want to deport and kick their fellow black brethren out. I'm not going to show the video because y'all probably have seen it. So I don't want to hear a damn thing about xenophobia. I don't even use that term. That's some, I don't know. With xenophobe, I don't use that term. I use racism, white supremacy. It's either that or nothing. I don't want to hear about a few people that feel sad. Is it accurate? That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about it whether somebody thinks it's mean or not. Is it accurate? Is what the person saying is accurate? Are black Americans lazy? Are black Americans holding somebody back? You see what I'm saying? No, we are not. We're not holding anything back. If anything, our ancestors for the past 100+ years, and there has been foreign blacks that have helped as well. But as a general rule, we're not talking about how people feel. We're talking about what the rules are. Black folks here setting the rules. That's why people try to come to this country to enter the bounty and enjoy what we created. We've made it a comfortable place for folks from around the world to come. So we don't got to do a damn thing else. I don't understand why people think we do. We don't got to do anything else. And if people say, well, we didn't do anything, we have a laundry list of things and accomplishments that we've done that rival anywhere on the planet. That's not up for debate. You might think that that's mean, but if I get on this platform and say that, you might have someone that says, well, that's wrong. He shouldn't say that. That's being xenophobic. Math is math. So But we're in the social media world. So when they cut this shit off, we gonna have to get back to Little House on the Prairie and we gonna have to fix this shit finally. That's all.